Hi, well, good afternoon. I'm here to update you on the investigation to the disappearance of Miya Marcano. We understand and appreciate that there's been a tremendous amount of interest in this case, both here in Central Florida and beyond. And I know that Mia's family and her loved ones are going through unimaginable anguish as they try and find out what happened to Miya. So I want to assure everyone that the Orange County Sheriff's Office is deploying all possible resources to find Miya. Investigations like these ones are very sensitive. They're constantly swifting or changing and shifting. And so we're talking to you now to kind of balance the intense interest while also maintaining the integrity of this investigation. So what I could tell you in the most sweeping sense is that hundreds of sworn and civilian personnel here at the Sheriff's Office and beyond have been working around the clock and to deploy all the resources at our disposal to find Miya. So here are just some of the resources that we have on this case. So we've set up a command post here at Central Operations. So all the leads and the tips from this case are coming in to detectives to investigate both here and then to send out to our detectives in the field. So all the leads and tips that have come in are being investigated thoroughly and logged. So there are over 60 detectives from our Criminal Investigations Division working exclusively on this case, 60 detectives. And so our civilian analysts are working on all manner of digital resources and social media in their quest to find Miya, and our forensics detectives are processing all the evidence that we have collected in this case. So we've issued search warrants, investigative subpoenas, tracking orders for cell phones. So not including what's happening today and right now, our emergency response team and others have conducted nearly 30 searches since Miya has been missing. That spans 3 different counties and has included about 175 personnel. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement has assisted with one of their specially trained canines that can locate electronics, specifically cell phones. The FBI is assisting in the investigation. Our partners at Seminole County Sheriff's Office and Brevard County Sheriff's Office have assisted in the manner of either providing dogs and/or dive teams to search bodies of water. And so our helicopters here and our other aviation assets here have been utilized, as well as helicopters from the Seminole County Sheriff's Office. So we continue to ask everyone out there if they have any information, no matter how small, to call the Orange County Sheriff's Office immediately. So we're coming up on the weekend now. We know that many people will be out and about in outdoor areas, waterways. We're asking them to keep their eyes open and call us if they see anything. And again, I just want to, we've been in contact with Miya's family and friends every single day, numerous times a day, trying to keep them updated on everything that we're doing. And we are going to find Miya, and we're pouring a lot of resources into this case. So at this time, I'll take any questions.
You mentioned 3 counties. What are the 3 counties that you're searching in?
So Orange, Seminole, and Volusia counties are the 3 counties that we're targeting.
There was information today about seeing possibly a new Smyrna Beach area. Do you have any information about that?
So we're searching several areas, and we'll, as soon as our teams are in place and are searching, we'll let everyone know exactly, what they've searched and where. And remember, so as tips and leads and evidence comes in from, cell phone records, internet searches, all of those things, we immediately send teams out to search those areas.
Was she kidnapped?
So we believe that the suspect that we had named Armando Caballero is responsible. We don't know all the circumstances involved in what happened there, but he is obviously, or was obviously, the prime suspect.
Is there another person of interest at this point, or was that your main lead?
So at this time, we don't believe there is another person involved. But remember, I said these investigations constantly shift and change. So we're taking all this information in, and we would never ever rule that out. But he was the main person that we were focusing on.
How many tips have you received? You said you're receiving more and more daily.
Yeah, I don't have the number of the exact tips.
Thousands, hundreds.
I couldn't tell you.
What did you find in his apartment?
Hold on.
Talking about the findings of the scene was secure during the investigation and the family getting before the detectives coming to the scene. That is true.
I didn't understand your question.
It is true that the family get into the scene before the detectives and at the apartment.
So that's all part of the investigation. Right now, our focus is on finding Miya.
Waited until today to go back to the apartment complex to search the occupied storage units and garages. I understand they were there earlier this week searching through the vacant ones. Why wait until today to search the occupied ones?
We've been at the apartment complex all week long, searching a variety of things. And like we said, as information and tips come in, we deploy resources to that area.
What did you find in the apartment? I know her family had said that it was in disarray. The aunt had believed her to be taken from the window, out the window. What did you guys find in being in her apartment?
So we're not going to go into the specifics of exactly what was found in the apartment. I will tell you that, again, we're deploying all possible resources, and our main focus right now is to find Miya.
We talked about social media. A lot of us have seen that video of a man believed to be Armando Caballero in a car, family says, with his belongings. Is that part of your investigation? And question number two, what did you find in the car, if anything?
So, yes, we were given that video right away. That video led us to be able to do a search warrant on Caballero's apartment and vehicle when we found it. So, yeah, all that was investigated.
Timeline where you did that initial interview, responding deputies with Caballero, and then when was he developed as a person of interest?
Well, I will say that the search warrant done on his apartment was done in less than 24 hours of us responding to the scene, which is very quick in an investigation like this. But again, our main focus here is finding Miya and any information that would lead to the location of Miya.
What makes that search so difficult? What complicates that search? What difficulties are search teams running into?
Well, remember, just Orange County is 1,000 square miles. So, luckily we do have evidence and tips and leads that come in. And so our searches are trying to be more targeted based on the evidence and based on the leads and based on the investigation. And certainly it is a large area, but we are, again, we're using all possible resources.
Any obstacles as far as maybe, the summer heat? I understand that the search is through, knee-deep water. Any inhabited wildlife might be making the search any more difficult?
Our deputies are trained for all that. That's what they do. They are invested in this. I'm a father. Many of our deputies here are fathers and mothers, and they don't care about getting hot. They don't care about wildlife. They just want to find Miya. They want to be able to find Miya for the family.
Has there been any data from her cell phone, and what kind of data have you been able to get from Armando?
So the only thing I'll tell you is that we, as part of any investigation, and specifically an investigation of this nature, we look at all that data, and that data helps us develop evidence. It helps us target our searches in those areas.
Do you believe she was taken alive?
Yeah, this is all part of the investigation. I can't possibly know that right now. I can't hear you.
Where else did you all secure search warrants for, in addition to Caballero's apartment complex?
Yeah, so we're not going to go into detail about what search warrants you did, but we did a number of search warrants as well as investigative subpoenas.
Some of your deputies had asked them to help search the new Smyrna Beach area. I know you talked about it a little earlier. Is that still the case? Do you want people to go search in that area?
Well, we had told the family that certainly they are could go out there and pass flyers and take a look around based on some of the information that we have received. But remember, there are a lot of different tips and leads and evidentiary items that are coming in that are leading us to all different places in those 3 counties. But we welcome the family and the friends and anyone else who wants to help out as well. The sheriff's office emergency response team, they're focusing on the areas where we have evidence that he may have been in that area.
Is the estimate on the acreage that's been covered across the 3 counties?
I couldn't tell you the acreage, but I would tell you, 30 different search areas by 175 personnel, including, watercraft, aviation assets. We're talking, miles and not acres. It's a vast amount of space that we have already searched, and we'll continue to search until we find Miya.
What is the FBI doing?
Yeah, so I'm not going to go into what the FBI is actually doing, but they are assisting in the investigation.
Yeah, the department is sharing the information with the FBI.
That's correct. Yeah. So we're working with the FBI and they're assisting in this case. And I'll just say in the manner of technology at this point.
The FBI come to fire us, or did they come?
Hold on.
So have you been able to find the cell phones? Either one?
Yeah, so that's what we're looking for. Obviously looking for cell phones, but I'll tell you that there are other methods of getting cell phone information without the actual cell phone.
Did the FBI come at the behest of the sheriff's office, or at politicians, or the family, or why did they want to get involved?
So we reached out to the FBI in reference to some technology that we wanted them to assist us with.
Person had boots on the ground at the apartment complex. Was it for a wellness check, or was it after when they had determined, okay, she's missing?
I didn't hear the first part of your question.
It's okay. When did you first get boots on the ground at the apartment complex on Friday? Was it for a wellness check early on, given that first phone call, or was it, she is missing, this is a full-fledged investigation?
No, the first call we got was for a check the well-being, a wellness check. I don't have the specific time. We can get that for you, though.
For those that are watching this, because no doubt there are many eyes on this press conference right now, what can they do? What is the biggest way that they can help you guys in your efforts?
So, one of the biggest things that people can do is, try and think back to this weekend if they saw anything suspicious, or if they heard anything suspicious, or even today if they see anything suspicious that needs checked out. I will say that we do get a number of false indications on social media and such, but we're used to that in these high profile large investigations, and our detectives are some of the best in the country, and they're really working hard to come to a conclusion with this investigation to exactly what happened.
Did you all detain Armando Caballero in that first interaction?
Like I said, that'll all be part of the investigation, but I will say, here in the United States, we need evidence, we need a probable cause, and those things take time. Like I said, we were in his apartment in less than 24 hours after being called, which is fairly quick. But again, all those things will come out in the investigation.
Any concerns with the apartment security in your investigation that, maybe failures there or?
Yeah, I'm not going to talk about the apartment's security. I'll leave that to them.
Okay, thank you, everybody.
Thank you.